Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel today. I'm here to expose your favorite Narendra Modi. My name is Ami Guru. I'm from China. Okay, let's begin with introduction of Modi. Did you know that India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, lauded for his charismatic leadership, has a past shrouded in controversy and mystery? Our journey begins in the early months of 2002 in the western state of Gujarat. At the time, Narendra Modi was serving as the chief minister of the state. It was during this tenure that Gujarat witnessed one of the most horrifying communal riots in its history. The attacks left a deep scar on the fabric of the state and the nation, forever marking that year in the annals of Indian history. As the chief minister, Narendra Modi was responsible for maintaining law and order in the state. Yet, in the aftermath of the attacks, allegations arose, accusing him of not doing enough to quell the violence and even suggesting his tacit support for the events that unfolded. These allegations were not baseless whispers in the wind. They were serious accusations leveled by individuals and organizations both within and outside of India. They sparked numerous investigations, inquiries, and debates both at home and on the international stage. Despite these investigations, the murky waters surrounding Modi's involvement in the Gujarat attacks have never been fully cleared. Some reports suggest that he turned a blind eye to the violence, while others claim that he actively encouraged it. Yet others argue that he did everything within his power to control the situation. The controversy surrounding Modi's role in the Gujarat attacks is a significant part of his political history. It raises questions about his leadership, his values, and the way he wields his power. It's a part of his past that continues to cast a long shadow over his present, a shadow that is often overlooked or ignored in the face of his charisma and popular appeal. So that was the first step in the path that led Narendra Modi to where he is today, a path that is not as squeaky clean as some would like you to believe. From a controversial chief minister to the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi's political journey has been nothing short of dramatic. Let's delve into this intriguing rise to power. Modi's political voyage began in the dusty lanes of Vadnagar, a small town in Gujarat. As a young boy, Modi was a member of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, a right-wing Hindu nationalist organization. His dedication to the organization saw him rise through the ranks, eventually becoming a full-time pracharak or propagandist. In the late 90s, he made his foray into mainstream politics, joining the Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP, a party closely aligned with his ideological upbringing. By 2001, he had ascended to the position of Chief Minister of Gujarat. His tenure was marked by economic growth, but also by controversy, with the 2002 Gujarat riots casting a long shadow over his administration. Despite the controversies, Modi's popularity soared. His image as a strong, decisive leader appealed to many, and his promise of Aahe Din or good days resonated with a populace yearning for change. His charisma, combined with a strong, well-oiled election machinery, saw him lead the BJP to a landslide victory in the 2014 general elections. Modi's rise to power, however, was not without its share of strategic moves. He skillfully used technology and social media to connect with the masses, particularly the youth. His speeches, peppered with nationalistic fervor, struck a chord with many. He presented himself as a humble chaiwala, a tea seller, who had risen through sheer hard work, thereby connecting with the common man. However, his ascent was also marked by allegations of crony capitalism, with critics accusing him of favoring certain business houses. Furthermore, his autocratic style of functioning and his party's majoritarian policies have raised concerns about the state of democracy in India. But as the saying goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, let's delve into the shadowy world of corporate politics and Modi's alleged support of India's business tycoons Ambani and Adani. In the labyrinth of Indian politics, several allegations have been leveled against Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his supposed favoritism towards the business magnates Ambani and Adani. It's a narrative that has been spun around various policies and decisions that seem to have favored these business tycoons. Let's start with the Reliance Jio venture of Mukesh Ambani. It's intriguing to note that Jio managed to secure a staggering amount of spectrum bandwidth for its services at a time when Modi's administration was in power. The question arises, was this just a business strategy or was there a political undercurrent? Then there's Adani, whose enterprise saw a meteoric rise during Modi's tenure as the Chief Minister of Gujarat. The Adani Group received land at throwaway prices, and their growth trajectory coincided with Modi's political ascent. Is this a mere coincidence or a strategic alignment that hints at something more? Let's also consider the policies. The Goods and Services Tax, or GST, introduced by the Modi administration, has been perceived by some as a move that disproportionately benefits the corporate sector, particularly the big players like Ambani and Adani. Furthermore, the controversial farm laws of 2020, which sparked massive protests across the nation, were seen by many as favoring corporate interests over those of the farmers. The alleged beneficiaries, you guessed it, Ambani and Adani. The potential implications of such favoritism are far-reaching. It could lead to an imbalance of wealth, with the rich getting richer and the poor poorer. It could skew market competition, stifle small businesses, and potentially breed corruption. So, is Narendra Modi the people's prime minister or a puppet in the hands of corporate giants? That's a question worth pondering. The repercussions of Modi's actions and decisions have had far-reaching effects on India and its people. It's as if the country has been swept up by a whirlwind, leaving behind a trail of contentious policies and divisive politics. Let's talk about the economy first. Under Modi's regime, India has experienced a roller coaster of economic highs and lows. Yes, there have been moments of growth and progress, but they've been overshadowed by periods of economic slowdown, job losses, and the plight of small businesses. The implementation of policies like demonetization and the Goods and Services Tax have stirred up a hornet's nest of criticism and opposition. And then there's the societal impact. The fabric of India's diverse and pluralistic society has been strained. The rise in religious intolerance, the crackdown on dissent, the curbing of freedom of speech, these are not insignificant issues. They've sparked widespread protests, from the streets of Delhi to the international stage. In the realm of politics, Modi's leadership has been marked by a consolidation of power. Critics argue that democratic institutions are being undermined and the principle of checks and balances is being eroded. The opposition parties, civil society, and even the judiciary have raised their voices against this trend. Yet despite the criticism and the protests, Modi remains a formidable figure on the Indian political landscape. His charisma, his oratory skills, his ability to connect with the masses, these are traits that cannot be ignored. And these traits are what make the aftermath of his actions and decisions so complex and so compelling. But it's important to remember that the narrative of a leader is not just about their charisma or their popularity. It's about their actions, their decisions, and most importantly, their impact on the people and the nation they serve. The truth, as they say, is often stranger than fiction. And in the case of Modi's reign, the truth is a tapestry of triumphs and tribulations, successes and setbacks, hopes and fears. It's a story that continues to unfold, and only time will reveal its full impact. So, what's the dark reality of Prime Minister Narendra Modi? We've journeyed together through the unsettling beginnings, his rise to power, the corporate connections, and the aftermath. Now we delve into the heart of the matter, the dark reality. The allegations against Modi find their roots in the Gujarat attacks, a time of great turmoil and unrest. It is said that during his tenure as the Chief Minister of Gujarat, his administration was inadequately responsive to the violence, leading to a tragic loss of lives. This episode, a dark blot on his political career, has been a point of contention and controversy. Moving on, we unearth the connections between Modi and two of India's business tycoons, Ambani and Adani. It is alleged that the Prime Minister has shown favoritism towards these corporate magnates, providing them with under-the-table support. This raises questions about the integrity of his governance and the fairness of his policies. These allegations, if true, cast a long shadow on Modi's legacy. A leader is expected to serve his people, to protect and uplift them. If the leader is swayed by personal agendas or corporate interests, it undermines the very foundation of democracy. However, it's important to remember that these are allegations. They have sparked debates and discussions but haven't been conclusively proven. In the realm of politics, the line between truth and fiction often blurs. Perception can be swayed, narratives can be spun. Our task as informed citizens is to question, to probe, to seek the truth. The implications of these allegations are far-reaching. They speak of a potential misuse of power, of a possible compromise of democratic ideals. They challenge our perception of Modi as a leader and force us to question the narrative we've been presented with. And with that, we leave you to form your own opinions about India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Remember, in politics, nothing is as it seems. Aur sun mere dost zindagi abi baki haicha haiga and Moraya Firmuthmar Apunka channel. Subscribe Hojana Chiya Verna Verna Tereko Malum Hai Na Love. You all, see you again if I will be alive after release this video. Thank buddy, bye bye bye.